Leaders, during this video, I'm going to give you the perfect framework to conduct an interview and attract top talent to your organization. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Todd Conklin. Well, let's get started. Last video, we talked about the no quotient, right? Like building authority, building influence, contributing to other people's businesses, making deposits in the account, if you will, so that you can actually get appointments that are, well, that people are excited to go to, that they will actually show up to. Today, I want to talk about what that first appointment looks like. And yes, of course, there's some rapport building, but y'all, this is a sales call. We've already made our deposits here, right? So now what we're trying to do is we're really trying to interview effectively. And any kind of interview, there is art and there is science. The science is the questions that you'll ask. And I'm going to read through, I've got some notes here. I'm going to read through specifically what our questions are. And frankly, what I'll do is I will include in a link, it's a free download below in the description, so that you can take what I have built and you can then make it yours. But it's a free download. It's literally got the 13 questions that everybody needs to ask when they're doing an interview. But that's the science. The art is how you ask those questions, right? You can't just rapid fire 13 questions. Well, that's more of an interrogation than it is an interview. So a couple of tips for you to really make sure that this is fabulous. Number one, write down everything, okay? Don't do it on your phone. They think you're texting. Sorry, not sorry. You got to write it down. We're talking about pen, paper, so have your book. I might even write down the questions that I want to have answered in my book, on my paper, so that I don't have, like a printed piece. So it's more, I don't know, authentic feeling. You've got to practice, you've got to practice, you've got to practice. This is just like anything else. If you're not prepared, it sounds very canned. But if you role play this, if you write it out, if you talk to yourself in the car, if you video yourself doing the interview, maybe you interview your wife, your husband, your kids, maybe you interview another leader or get into the sales warrior community where you can find a partner to do this, because we're all doing it every single day to become sales warriors. You'll get really good at it. It makes it really easy. And what you'll find is that you'll be able to get all 13 of the questions answered by only really asking 3 or 4 of them. What do I mean by that? Well, look, there's this thing called open-ended questions. So tell me a little bit about how you generate leads. And then boom, they start going. And now they're talking about pacifying sphere of influence. And well, how do you do that? And well, now it's CRM. And that's how I do that. And oh, that's fantastic. And how many buyers are you getting versus sellers are getting? Now you know what their split ratio is. And this will all make more sense to you here in just a minute as I go through these questions. But that's the art of it. But you've got to get really, really good. It's just like a script or a dialogue. The better you know it, the more natural it sounds. So let's dig right in. First appointment, you come in. Remember the mirror and match, the thermostat or the thermometer. Which are you here? You now are the thermostat. You are going to figure out exactly what that temperature is, and you're going to raise it a notch. You're going to come in with a smile and a handshake, eye contact. They've got to see your soul to your eyes. They've got to believe you through your eyes. Here we go. Good to see you. We sit down. Tell me a little bit about you. Why am I doing that? In sales, first things first, we've got to build connection. No better rapport building than a connection. If you see somebody that like, hey, they play golf, you play golf. Connection. They like cars, you like cars. Connection. They've got kids in sports, you've got kids in sports. Connection. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking to live there though. Oftentimes, and maybe this is you, no judgment, right? You got to live in truth. That's how you got to identify where you need to get better. Oftentimes what happens is we spend 30 minutes talking about family and this and that and the other, and we never get to the business. The reason for that is because you haven't yet developed the confidence in the skills to be able to take it to the next level. The next level is critical, the business of recruiting. And so you're going to need to make that transition. And the way I like making that transition is by simply asking the question, look, I know 87% of the people that got their license don't make it in this business. So what are you doing to be one of those 13%? Boom, we go right into it, right? Another way of doing it is, you got into a really competitive business. May I ask why? We dig into the why right out of the gates.
Sorry for the interruption. I don't have anything to sell here today. What I do know is the data tells me that 54% of you are watching the videos to the end. 46% are watching the videos but not subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor. Drop down, hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and make sure you don't miss any of our Sales Warrior training. Back to the video.
I prefer the first one over the second one because I like asking the second one later after I've really gotten going. But I'm going to read to you the questions, right? Number 2 on the question list is, what's the breakdown between buyers and sellers? What percentage of your business is coming from buyers, sellers? Number 3, what skills are you amazing at? What skills do you need to level up? What skills are you leveling up? Number 4, what CRM are you using? What is your CRM? And I would dig into this to find out more about their CRM because a lot of people say they have a CRM, but it's really an EXCL. And that is not a CRM. Next one is, what are your top lead sources? How much time are you spending in those lead sources? How much money are you committed to driving leads through those lead sources? And I am taking notes, y'all. Take notes. Number 6, do you have a coach? Have you ever had a coach? Would you consider yourself coachable? These are important. Number 7, who does your marketing? Who does your marketing for your listings? Who does your social media marketing? Who does your email marketing? Who does your online marketing? If they're doing it all, that's really important, right? Number 8, what systems are you using for your business? Do we understand leverage? Do we understand automation? Do we have a tech stack? Do we have somebody that's helping us do that? What type of support do you have? Number 9, what do you love about your brokerage? What was it about your brokerage that you chose them to be the place that you landed? They're giving you reasons that you're going to need to know. Number 10, what does your calendar look like? You and I both know that time management is a critical, challenging area of our business and an area that we might be able to have some impact. So what does it look like? How is your organization? Number 11, why do you do what you do? And this is a big one, as I mentioned before. You got to be able to dig into this. Yo, you can ask the question the first time. The first time you ask the question, it's going to sound a lot like money, but it's not money. The second time you ask why, tell me a little bit more about that. Why is that important to you? Further away from money, but still a lot like money. By the time you get to the 4th or the 5th time, it's going to be quite a bit a ways away from money. And you're going to actually find that emotional, that fire, that passion, that thing that under no circumstances would they ever not do what was required to achieve what they needed to achieve. See, we will all sell out on money. But when it comes to family, when it comes to something emotional, we will never sell out on them. We'll take a bullet for it, all right? So getting to that number. And number 12, are you considering any other brokerages? This is one of those that everybody misses. I don't know why, but y'all, look, they came and met with you. Yes, you've built the know, you've built some like, you're really digging into the rapport like now, but they did meet with you. And so there is an outside chance, maybe a 30% chance that they are actually entertaining the idea of going someplace else because they're not getting fed where they're currently at. So ask the question. The follow-up question to that would be, yeah, I actually am. Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. Outside of us, who else are you considering? Because you need to know that information because otherwise you're going to be selling a solution to where they are currently at, and yet they are actually focused on this solution that's someplace else. If they do have another place, you're going to have to dig in a little bit more. Now, we all know that you never end this appointment until you've scheduled the next appointment. So the way you do that is really simple. John, look, this has been a great meeting. I have really enjoyed spending some time with you, and I've got so many ideas. So look, here, rather than just sort of data dumping on you, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take this stuff back to the office, and I want to process it, right? And then I want to really thoughtfully share with you the solutions that I think that I have to some of the challenges that you have so that you can achieve the goals and the dreams that you have. You're done. That's your first appointment. You notice that I did not solve anything. How many times have we had somebody say, oh yeah, I'm really struggling with this. Oh, I've got a solution for you. And you just go in. No. That's what this is for. That's what taking notes is for. The second appointment is when we'll do the Q&A, is when we'll actually do the close. Don't miss that video. Y'all, if you liked this video, do me a favor. like it below. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with a friend that you know needs this. This is a great framework for recruiting, but guess what? It's also a great framework for anybody selling anything. Subscribe to the channel. Click the description below. Has got the free download to our interview worksheet. It's yours for free. Got nothing to sell here. Hope to see you on the next video.